Hello, everyone. Hi there. Well, this is exciting. Let's just say right up front, we've limited the chat to members only because we are being very careful of spoilers, as everyone should be regarding everything surrounding The Last of Us Part 2. If you don't know by now, there are spoilers out in the wild, so, stay safe out there, y'all. Yes. Good. So, shall we jump straight in and watch the trailer through once, and then we shall get down to discussing and dissecting? Okay. And 1, 2, 3, play.
I know you wish things were different. I wish things were different. Ellie! But they ain't.
Please stop!
Ouch.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
To do this smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
So they just get to get away with this?
How'd you find us?
You can't stop this.
I want what you want. But not at any cost. I really hope you make it.
I have to finish it.
There's a cost.
We could have killed you. Maybe you should have.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Oh, that
man.
last bit. Oh,
Oh, poor Ellie. Oh my gosh. That was...
I mean, yeah, she's been going through some stuff in this game, I think.
Like, yeah, all of the trailers for this have been so just really, really harrowing, right? I think that's the name for
Yeah.
it. Like, they've just been so graphic.
Yeah, I didn't think this one was as grimdark as the Paris Game Week one, which
True.
like, showed
I know you wish
full-on
things were
torture.
different.
This is, but it still doesn't look like a cheery, well delivered. That's
No,
for
and
sure.
Ellie just looks so haunted. Like there's some brilliant non-verbal performance in this where like you can just see she's been through it. It's also so
Yeah,
sad to see the callback to the original game at the start, right?
Yeah, there's so right at the start, this bit, that is quintessential The Last of Us for me. I
I
love
wish
the
that-
scenes where they were just wandering through the deserted towns, all overgrown. You'd see nature,
Yeah.
taken hold and reclaiming the world.
And how were they to know that it was going to get worse after that?
Yeah, this bit here that you've paused on,
Yeah.
in
This bit.
with young, it's kind of like Ellie sat watching Joel play the guitar.
Oh yeah.
That that's not like from the original game, I don't think. But she doesn't look like 19, which she is supposed to be.
Yeah, no, that's
in the
not
full
her
game,
most
so-
recent one. No.
Yeah, so maybe the bit where she's watching Joel play the guitar
wish
is like
things
an early portion in The Last of Us 2.
Okay.
Where, it follows up a bit because The Last of Us ended where they'd gone to, is it Jacksonville?
Mm-hmm.
In Wyoming. It was Tommy's.
Where Tommy was, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe there's like a whole
And
chapter at the beginning where things are a bit blissful, you know,
Right.
they get the happy ending that they thought they were going to get.
Well, we've kind of seen
before
that, right? With
the shit hits the fan.
when they're having the dance, like it's kind of
yes.
idyllic, right? Like,
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
true.
and then yeah, obviously things kind of go to shit.
They certainly do.
Which you know they tend to do in these post-apocalypse scenarios. But oh man, yeah, Ellie's she's just varying degrees of beaten up the whole time.
Yeah, she is definitely not going to be a cheerful game. That shot with her, I presume it's her sat on the bed topless with the bruises and stuff. That's like just it's quite like almost like she's as beaten and battered as Joel was in the first game. So it's kind of almost like she's following in the footsteps of her adopted dad.
It also kind of shows her because like she's because she's so capable. You always think of her as like just this force of nature, but like that's actually showing her in a really vulnerable position.
Yeah. Yeah. She's also there's one point when she's also shown stitching up her own wounds as well. So she's obviously learned how to fend for herself. And
so this is Tommy she's talking to at 59 seconds in, right?
59 seconds. Let's find that.
We'll be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
Yes, that's Tommy.
Yeah. And then
slightly older and slightly more concerned.
Yeah. So it's 5 years. I feel like he's gotten a lot grayer in that time, right?
Yeah, but there is also another clip with Joel, 27 seconds in, and he also looks like he's aged more than 5 years time.
Which I suppose you would do. Like
it's a bit stressful living in those times, I think.
But yeah, so like straight after we see Tommy as well, and also that's Dina, right? Just here shooting the clicker at 32 seconds. I think that's Dina.
32 seconds.
Because I think we've actually seen that in a previous gameplay release as well.
Ah, right, okay.
So that's clearly they've gone out on a mission, I think.
So Dina, it looks like she's kind of wearing yellow gloves.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I thought that was Ellie, but yeah, that makes sense that Ellie and Dina would go out on a mission together.
Yeah. And then, there's one where she's clearly really begging someone to not do something.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, she's being held down by a human
yeah, definitely.
There. So I figured that was one of the Seraphites, who were like the main antagonists.
Because after that scene with Tommy, the scene directly after that is showing bodies strung up where they're disemboweled, and that's actually a sign of the Seraphites, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah.
So explain what the Seraphites are. They're a cult that sprung up in the aftermath. Yeah.
As far as I know, that's pretty much spot on. I don't think too much has been told about them, but they're a cult that sprung up. They're very violent, and in the Paris Games Week trailer, two of the characters, Lev and Yara's the one that's tied up, I think.
Yeah, I think Yara's actually in this trailer. I think I saw her really, really briefly there when we were watching it through. Let me see. There, is that her? At 1 minute and 8 seconds in.
1 minute. Oh, that Ellie's got a knife to her.
Yeah.
Throat. I don't know. I think Yara and Lev are like they've escaped the Seraphites and joined up with them. So I don't know whether, unless this is like before Lev and Yara leave, maybe Ellie meets up with the Seraphites,
maybe
convinces them to leave,
maybe lets them go.
In this point, and then the Seraphites want to get retribution and punish them for leaving, maybe.
Yeah, because they do punish people for leaving.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell because it's just such a
so quick,
a short segment.
Yeah. This guy's a wrong'un with the flip knife. I feel like whatever that scene is, it's also the same scene where someone's holding her down and making her watch something.
Yeah, there's a lot of flashes of random characters that I didn't recognize.
Yeah,
I wonder how many of them are gonna be
actual characters or just
Was it Henry and I can't remember what his younger brother was.
Oh yeah, the two brothers.
Yeah, little characters that Ellie's going to meet on her journey through the city and stuff. When I first saw it, the guy with the knife, I thought maybe he was maybe like a lone survivor
Right.
in the city that they'd stumbled across, and there'd be a chapter or something exploring
Yeah. Let's see.
bits of
What does
him,
she
but,
say to this guy?
You can't stop this.
You can't
so-
stop this. Okay. So maybe the Seraphites are like trying, like I think probably through purging and religion and stuff. Maybe they're trying to stop the spread. Like they think it's like a plague or something inflicted to punish
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, well, Steve, I had a different thought when she said that. My thought was that if he is a Seraphite,
Yeah.
he can't stop their retribution because, I don't know, this is all theories in my head from this short trailer, but there is a shot where is it? This, what I believe to be Tommy's settlement burning.
Oh yeah, right at the start, right?
Yeah, so in my head, the Seraphites, something happens with the Seraphites which causes them to raid Tommy's settlement, set fire to
Right.
everything, sending Ellie and whoever has survived on some kind of retribution spree.
Well,
And
that's possible, yeah, for sure. And it would make sense that they have that idyllic period at the start and then it all shifts. Naughty Dog has said that the first game, right, was about love. This game is all about hate. And like that's why a lot of the trailers have just centered on violence and around Ellie being like this really vengeful kind of person. And it's all about like how, you know, hate is cyclical, and like, you know, you doing vengeful acts just begets more and more violence, which that would totally make sense, that, you know, they go out, they kill some people, then it's brought back to them like tenfold, and it just keeps going round and round and round.
Yeah, that makes sense with The Last of Us's themes of warring factions as well. In the last game, it was, you know, in the end, it was like fireflies. But here, like it could be Tommy's survivors versus the Seraphites, with obviously the clickers and stuff in the background.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be interesting because, I mean, it just, for me, like that's quite hard to be okay with, right? Because it's like, but we're supposed to have the good guys and the bad guys. And it sounds like, of course, like the Seraphites are really messed up because they're going around like disemboweling people and cutting their throats. But like, it just sounds like everyone's kind of out for vengeance. And but I suppose in the apocalypse, like, how could you trust anybody? Because...
Well, exactly. Yeah, it's ground that's been explored in The Walking Dead quite a bit, where, you know, even like Rick Grimes, who you see as like the guy who's always right, and he's always
the moral compass, kind
leading
of.
by, but then he does stuff occasionally which is just brutal and like, you know, so you don't know what way you're like, what kind of acts you're going to be fighting to protect the ones you love in these kind of situations.
And also this game it's kind of a unique opportunity because, like, you know, we've been with Ellie since she was literally a kid, and we've seen everything that she's gone through, and it's like, how can she possibly, after everything she's seen and everything that's been done to her and all the stuff that she's experienced, how can she still be a morally kind of
totally, she's a child that's
perfect person.
Yeah, she's been raised in an apocalypse, you know, raised by violence. You know, she's not a stranger. If she's 19 in this one, that made her 14 in the last one, and she wasn't a stranger to killing some people at 14.
She had
years
to.
old.
Yeah.
So
who's this person at 118?
With the arrows.
Yeah.
I thought for a second, I was like, is that Ellie?
Yeah, but then we are Ellie. That's like, maybe she's...
Yeah, and then it's Ellie looking over her. So I don't think it's Ellie, but
it's kind of like, is it a hospital? Where are they?
It looks like a hospital. So the very end of the trailer is the bit that gave me shivers.
Oh,
because, she says, what does she say?
You should have killed me or something?
Yes. So I think she's speaking to Marlene,
We could have
who
killed
was
you.
the leader of the Fireflies.
Maybe you should have.
Who wanted to... Because basically the end of The Last of Us...
Yeah. Joel kills Marlene though, doesn't he?
Does he? I can't remember. I thought he left her. I thought he left her
I
alive.
thought he shot her
and legged
because,
it.
like,
He
otherwise
may
the
have done.
fireflies would have chased after them. I think it was
I
he did
remember
it to
killing a
protect.
lot of doctors. Because well, they wanted to kill Ellie to get
Yeah.
the cure,
Yeah.
and the whole big twist was you thought you'd do the you kind of thought that Joel would do the hero thing and give up the thing he most loved
Yeah.
to get a cure, but
he was
in
like,
the end
nope.
he was selfish. He was like, no, I've lost one daughter, I'm not losing
Yeah.
another. You bastards.
Yeah.
So
Forget
like
that.
goes on a killing spree, and then he kind of keeps it secret from
Yeah,
her, right
he
at the
doesn't.
end.
He robs her of the opportunity to choose for herself, and that's like compounds
Yeah.
her survivor's guilt, which she already has because of Riley and all the events surrounding her immunity anyway. But yeah, like I feel like it's almost like this shot. Like, look at this shot. Like they're setting her up as a villain, right? Like that's
Yeah, red lighting.
yeah, and like her just looking so angry
below,
and so
yeah.
like vengeful. It's like yeah,
She's turned to the dark side.
yeah, right.
Anger leads to hate. Hate
Yeah.
leads to fear. Fear leads to the dark side.
Yeah. But no, there's like I was expecting a bit more gameplay in this trailer. It's very, very short, but like I think
Yeah.
there's some stuff there, definitely.
There's bits and bobs. There's a very quick shot, and I can't remember where it was, but she's putting a gun together, so that basically shows that gun crafting
Yes.
mechanics are going to be back in there.
Yes, which you'd expect really anyway.
But not at any
Yeah.
cost.
There's a bit where an improvised explosive goes off, so you're going to have
yeah.
crafting and throwing booby traps and stuff like
Yeah.
before. Not a huge amount of infected in this
That's
trailer,
true.
though.
That's true.
It seems like the real threat this time will be human
Always the
beings.
humans, right?
Yeah.
That's true. There's only one shot of a clicker, and everything else.
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe like it's been so long. It's more like society's kind of collapsed that like there's still clickers out there, but they're really not the main threat anymore.
Yeah, there's no laws or morals anymore. It's each for their own. As, you can see by the bit with the bodies hanging in. I guess it's a shopping mall.
Yeah, or something like that.
Hold on, it says TV station.
Oh.
At the top it says channel something.
Do you think they televised it? They couldn't. It's all overgrown, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it is overgrown. Yeah, there's leaves and things hanging down.
And then
But there's a few. Oh, sorry, Karen.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say that the TV channel, like having a little fight out in an old TV station would be pretty cool. And there's a few locations I spotted, like a really big forest kind of jungle at 53. And there's a subway station. Looks like we're going to be having fights with the clickers, mainly underground in the subway.
That's true.
The bit where she shoots at a clicker. I can't remember.
It's near the start, isn't it?
32.
Yeah.
The shot before is, I think, Ellie getting grabbed through some railings.
That's true. That looks like an underground station, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I think you're going to be above ground in jungles and in cities, and then underground as well. That would be like the sewer bits, probably, in the original Last of Us, which were some of the toughest and scariest bits in the game.
Well, we know they're going to have things like guard dogs in this one as well.
Are they?
Yeah, so dogs will be able to track your scent, and I mean that ties into having more human enemies around, right? Because the dogs will be specifically in other enemy encampments that you'll either have to pass through or maybe raid or something. And the dogs can actually track your scent, so you're going to have to be really smart about sneaking around and confusing them so that you're confusing their handlers, basically. And then also at 131 we've got is it Jesse, who we saw in the Paris Games trailer, who's the ex of Dina.
Yes, I kind of had a little giggle when I heard his line, because he says something that's such like a backhanded compliment. Because
Let's say
Dina,
I really hope you make it.
I really hope you make it.
Yeah, but he says it a little bit like, nah, really.
Yeah.
Because I kind of, because she kisses Dina in
yeah,
the trailer. So if he knows that Dina's left him for Ellie, then maybe
he's like,
he's a bit like, oh yeah, well, I hope you make it.
Yeah,
it's kind of
what, you like a double meaning kind of thing.
Yeah, he's pissed off with her.
Yeah,
like he doesn't want her to die, but he's not her biggest fan.
Yeah. She looks a little bit shook by him saying that as well.
Yeah.
There's just so many stabbings. Oh, but
There are a lot of stabbings.
her expression at 140 really breaks my heart. It looks so sad. Like, it looks so sad and so broken. Like, she just looks like she's just got nothing else to live for.
That bit at 140, she doesn't have a huge amount of battle damage to her. So I was thinking maybe this point is where she starts learning from Joel. I presume that's Joel she's looking at. Maybe
yeah,
this
that's
is where
Joel.
she's learning from Joel
It's too short.
about the choices he made at the end of the game.
Oh, you think that's where she finds out?
Yeah, because I think in this game she finds out what the decision Joel made, and that drives them apart. And then I think maybe they're going to be apart for quite a lot of the game, and then maybe they'll come back together near the end. Because it's all Ellie's journey, but like you said, there's going to be survivor guilt, and she's going to go from loving Joel like a father to finding this out and hating him, and then leaving.
Maybe.
Maybe leaving with her new pals.
Dunno.
Maybe she'll meet up with him at some other point.
Yeah, I think you're right. That is where she finds out, because look, she's walking away from him there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the structure of this trailer, it's like boom, 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 boom. It's almost like a collage of events that lead up to who Ellie is in that final shot. And I think it's like all showing her trajectory to becoming this vengeful character. So like, yeah, you're right. Like finding out that she was lied to, and that Joel, like, you know, didn't give her a choice in what the Fireflies were setting out to do. That yeah, like that there were all these violent encounters, and it looks like, I mean, she's like hugging Tommy and stuff at one point as well, and yeah, like that she's torn up about Jesse and Dina, and that she's had to do some awful things. I mean, yeah, there's that shot where she's covered in blood there and looking very, very upset about something. At 155, is she holding someone, or is she killing someone? Someone's got. I think she's.
Maybe she's trying to resuscitate someone, or
either that, or she's
like
just strangling someone with her own hands.
Oh, she could be. I don't know. It could be either. Couldn't
I know.
I've played it a couple of times, and at some point,
We could
I
have
think
killed
she's
you.
like sobbing, and at other points, I think she's like, you know, rage face on. It's hard to tell. What's the hand doing that's holding her arm?
It's letting go, which means that I feel like it's
maybe
losing strength.
strangling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's strangling or resuscitating. Who knows?
Maybe she's strangling a friend, someone she's known for a long
no.
time. Maybe someone in her town was actually a spy for the Seraphites.
No.
And that it was them that led to whatever bad things have happened.
Well, they do say that they could have killed her and they didn't, and she's like, maybe you should have. So that would track, but.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's a lot to take away from a 2-minute story trailer. I think we done good. And I mean,
it's given me more questions than it has answers.
Well, luckily we don't have to wait that long. The game's out next month?
Is it?
Yeah, June.
Keeps getting delayed. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, is it ever going to come out? It feels like a fever dream.
Yeah, I know.
I've been looking forward to this game for so long, but this has just got me even more hyped for it. And,
exciting.
Now I just need to run the gauntlet of avoiding spoilers for even longer.
Yes, I would heartily recommend people to mute any mention of The Last of Us 2 in your social media channels. Don't look at any comments, any tweets replying to any official, trailers or anything talking about the game. And we'll try and do our part to keep this channel fairly safe from spoilers until the game's out. So,
yes, we will do indeed. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Checking out this reaction and analysis.
We've got lots more
trailers. You're as excited as we are.
Yes, definitely. We've got loads more videos coming up on the channel. We've got Assassin's Creed stuff coming up. We've got more Animal Crossing stuff coming up. We've got a Let's Play on Friday. And we're also... Huh?
Oh, sorry, go for it.
And we're also watching along with the Xbox Series X stream tomorrow, right?
Oh, yes. Yes. That's going to be exciting.
Yes. So do stay tuned for that.
Yes. I was just going to say, on Sunday, I've done something for VR Corner, which you lot have been nagging me to do for ages.
Yes.
And I finally put myself through it. This week's Ian's VR Corner, I'm going to be trying out Alien Isolation in VR.
You're a braver person than most of us.
I'm still shaking, Aoife.
Awesome. Well, do keep an eye out for that, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow for another reaction stream. Bye.
Bye.